call the member for Curtin.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. I speak today in support of the Paid Parental Leave Amendment Work Test Bill. The Paid Parental Leave Amendment Work Test Bill introduces changes to the work test for paid parental leave aimed at better supporting working mothers to access the paid parental leave scheme. In our society today, we have a tendency to focus on what's wrong, on all that is dire. While there are many things that we can do to improve our lives, and we must always be looking out for them and act where necessary, there are also times where we should reflect on some of the good progress that we've made. Support for women in the workforce is one of them. In the 1960s, when my mother had her first child, in 1963, she was forced to resign upon becoming pregnant. In the early 2000s, when I had my children, there was no paid parental leave. I did benefit from the baby bonus for 2 out of the 3 children. Sign of that was definitely a good initiative. But it is something that we always have to continue to monitor and continue to look at to improve. Times for parents of newborn are stressful enough. We have come a long way. Today there are around 300,000 births in Australia each year, with nearly half of all new mothers accessing paid parental leave. The scheme provides eligible working mothers or parents with 18 weeks of payment at a rate based on the national minimum wage, currently $740.60 per week, a total of $13,330.80 over 18 weeks. This government understands the important role of paid parental leave in supporting the health and well-being of mothers and babies and in encouraging workforce participation. As I said before, there are enough stresses with the newborn without adding unnecessary financial stress. But we can always do more, and to this end, the measures in this bill are designed to support more working mothers to access paid parental leave. The government considers that working parents should be entitled to be paid leave to spend important bonding time with their newborn or newly adopted children in those important early months. This bill provides for a more generous work test to make it fairer for women who have a long and genuine working history, yet still often fail the work test because of the industry in which they're employed. At present, to meet the current paid parental leave work test, a parent must have worked 330 hours in 10 of the 13 months before the child's date of birth. A parent can have a break of up to 8 weeks between 2 working days in this period and still satisfy the work test. This is good, but it has meant that some people in some professions miss out because there is a legitimate reason as to why the gap is longer than 8 weeks. One such example is in the teaching profession, and I've mentioned particularly casual teachers. The government believes that these working mothers should be entitled to paid leave to allow them time to recover from the birth, bond with their baby, and receive the health and developmental benefits that the paid parental leave scheme can help facilitate. Hopefully these women will return to work sometime in the future, and in the case of teachers, that hope is even stronger, that they would return to that important role of educating our children. To address circumstances such as those faced by casual teachers, the permissible break between 2 working days will be increased to 12 weeks. This change will make sure more women with a genuine connection to work are able to access the government's paid parental leave scheme. It's estimated that this change will enable up to an additional 180 mothers to receive paid parental leave each year. To further enhance the fairness of the paid parental leave system, the work test rules will also be modified to take into account circumstances where pregnant women are in occupations where it would be unsafe for them to continue working throughout their pregnancy. The rules will be changed so that they will be able to get paid parental leave too. Under the new rules, the work test will begin 392 days immediately before the day on which the mother ceased work because of the hazards in her job. Hazards in jobs such as mining or construction. This will mean that more women in dangerous jobs will now be eligible for the paid parental leave. These important changes to the paid parental leave scheme, to commence on the 1st of January 2020, are about improving the fairness of the current system and providing support for more working mothers. They address some legitimate concerns which have arisen in the current scheme. They improve the PPL scheme and the vital role it plays in supporting new parents. I commend this bill to the House, Deputy Speaker.
I thank the member for Curtin. The